Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the iRacing GT3 Challenge, brought to you by v8sonline, TrakRacer and Thrustmaster. I'm your host tonight, Daniel Bryant. With me tonight, Clayton Brooks. Brooksy, how are you?
Good, thanks, Daniel. How are you, mate?
Brilliant. Glad to be back. A few technical glitches kept us away last week, but here we are again, back and ready for another round here at Zandvoort.
Yeah, great little track. Apologies for last week, guys. Weren't able to make it. But yeah, great little track. Zandvoort running the Grand Prix circuit this week too. So plenty of action, I think, tonight.
Yeah, definitely should make for some interesting racing. Obviously, I think it's not very often we see this one on the V8 schedule, but when it is, it definitely makes for some interesting racing. But at least these cars have a little bit of grip to get around.
Yeah, definitely. My best ever result here at Zandvoort in the V8, so I kind of like the track, but I don't think the V8 is the place enough. But yeah, the Porsches look very quick again this week, so expect to see them up the front.
Yeah, you were just looking at the times before, and the Porsches looked to be about 1 second quicker over a whole lap.
Yeah, just going off the pole time, I think it was a 34.4 to the lead Porsche and a 35.2 to the lead McLaren, so about 8 tenths in it.
Just trying to load up into session now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for pictures to come through myself.
But we might have a little bit of a talk about our American guys for a second here. Did you happen to catch the NIS broadcast today?
I did get a little bit of it. I didn't get to watch the whole lot. I had to get out before the end of the race, but it was a pretty good race. I watched the first 150 odd laps, only 2 cautions, and it was a good race up to that stage.
Yeah, definitely. I watched a bit of it today, and watching it, the racing looked really intense, and I was quite surprised by lap 150 that they had only had 2 cautions at Bristol. That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, of course, Bristol's a very unforgiving track in the NASCAR, but yeah, I was quite surprised as well. The first one come out after lap 2 or something, I think, but then the guys sort of settled in and they were making a good race of it. There's 20 odd cars in the lead lap, and I had to tune out.
Yeah, it's definitely great racing. If you want to watch how NASCAR racing's done, definitely go have a look on our YouTube and have a look at the NIS.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Get on and watch that. It's well worth it. We've got the race preview up on screen. That's it. We're at Zandvoort in the Netherlands. Altitude of only 7 metres by the seaside. 4.2 kilometres. Pit lane speed limit of 60k. We won't be needing that tonight with only a half-hour race. It'll be a sprint from start to finish. 13 turns.
And 13 tricky turns they are.
Yeah.
So at the moment we've got Julian Rodriguez out in the lead for the championship, and he's been absolutely smashing this the last few races that we've watched. He's absolutely dominated, and then O'Day sitting in second, who's his teammate.
Yeah, that's the exact same way the starting grid is for tonight. We've got Julian on pole with that 34.4 and O'Day in second with a 34.5. We've got Stefan in third, Steve Bates in fourth, Matty Hill in fifth, Jonathan Sahani sixth, Alex in 7th, Stefano in 8th, Thomas in 9th, and Michael Dudegonnen, sorry Michael if I pronounced that right, in 10th.
Yeah, and following those guys in 11th, we've got Danny Davison, 12th, Nathan Groudon, 13th, Tony Ortridge, 14th, Vale Richies, 15th, Craig Hunter, 16th, Antonio, 17th, Michael Schreier, 18th, Bruce Joy, 19th, Cyril Rodriguez, 20th, Guy Leach, 21st, Andy Gorton. 22nd, Andrew Wren. 23rd, David Hingston. And 24th, Wayne Burke. A few regulars on that list.
Yeah, there is. And from what I can see, Vale Rich is sitting in 14th, the first McLaren. So once again, the rough has proven very popular amongst the drivers.
Now, someone that we probably should talk about, Matthew Ernest Hill, sitting in 5th for this one.
Yeah, Matty Erica Hill's done a terrific job in qualifying. Not too far off those front guys, so he would have plenty of experience from the V8 at this circuit, so he might be one to watch out for.
Now, was he our first Aussie? I know there's one just in front of him, I think.
Yeah, Steve Bates.
Jonathan Cellini up there as well in 6th.
Yeah, I've been noticing quite a few Aussie guys getting on and practicing more and more for this series. Guys that are participating are really enjoying it.
Yeah, it has been a fantastic series, and probably some of the best racing that we've seen for a broadcasted race. So it's great to see them out there and giving it a good go.
Of course, you go back down through the field a bit. We've got Nathan Growden, the Aldridge, Vale Riches, Craig Hunter. There's a few Aussies in there as well, mid-pack. We've got a few bringing up the rear with Dave Hingston, Wayne Burke, and Andrew Wren.
Yeah, Wayne Burke's made it tough for himself. No qualifying time, so got no choice but to start at the back of the grid.
Guys are doing a full warm-up lap. Been talking to a few drivers, and they've been finding it very hard to get the power down through the carousel, which they're just about to come up to now, the big downhill right-hander. I expect to see a few dramas through there throughout the course of the race.
It's definitely a tricky part of the track. Pretty sure we've only got 3 McLarens out on track altogether.
Yeah, I was just having a look through the field. Some very nice looking liveries out there. British Joy in the Mad Butcher livery. I quite like that one. Only the 3 McLarens. The Vale Cheese, Andrew Wren, and Dave Hingston. A couple of Aussie guys there flying the McLaren flag.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Got the 2 overclocker roughs starting side by side at Craig Hunter and Nathan Growden. I'm interested in this battle for 5th and 6th, Jonathan Sahani and Matthew Ernest Hill. I think those two seem to find each other every week in this series, so I'm keen to see how those two pan out tonight.
They definitely do. Jonathan has actually been a pretty big mover and shaker in previous rounds, so good to see him starting closer to the front. Looks like Julian's a day's just having a bit of a blink on my screen. It's never fun to be behind a car that's having a bit of connection issues.
No, it makes it very difficult. They're all forming up now. They're just waiting for the safety car to peel into pit lane, and then Julian will have control of this start. Quite a long run down to turn 1, and might see some dive bombs into turn 1 to get the move done early.
They're off. Julian, fantastic start. It's a day pulls in behind him. Guy's going to have to be careful coming up into this corner. Oh. 3 wide already. Oh!
That was Stefan down the inside of Jonathan Sohani.
Oh, got a car off.
You got Stefano with huge damage at the rear of the field. We've all sort of fielded in the single file after turns 1 and 2 there. All coming through the carousel for the first time.
Yeah, the other person to lose out from this is Stefan as well. Steve Bates would be struggling with that blinking car in front of him, but talking about Ade as he struggles with his internet connection, Julian and Ade haven't really taken off compared to what they've done in the previous rounds. Steve's not letting them get away.
Having a look back through the field, Dave Kingston's had a terrific start. He's moved up, he's probably up to around 15th spot at the moment, I can't really tell, but he's done 14th, starting back in 2030, he's moved up to 14th spot. Terrific start from Dave Kingston.
Yeah, definitely nice to make a fair few of those positions. Jonathan leaning goes pretty hard into that corner, almost rear ends Steve. Gives Matthew Ebony Hill a bit of a chance to catch up. And Stefan right behind him now.
Nathan Groudon's on his roof. He just put it back on all fours. Had a huge issue at turn 4.
Oh, we'll pull that up on the race recall replay. Absolutely massive.
Oh, Wayne Burke.
Wayne Burke.
Straight into the rear of him.
Tapped him straight up over that fence. But Wayne Burke got away with not too much damage at all from that incident.
Yeah, his bonnet's a little bit creased, but apart from that, he's still going strong.
Julian and Ade now have made a little bit of a gap on Steve Bates. Ade still struggles with this connection.
Stefan is all over Matthew Emily Hill.
Yeah, Stefan will want his positions back.
He's not going to have a go either. We saw on the first lap there a huge dive bomb down the inside at turn 1.
Looks like Alex here has lost a fair bit of pace on the other guys. There's a bit of a gap opening up. Tony Ortridge having a nice fight here with Michael. Davison just in front as well.
So having a look at Matty Hill here, he's got a huge fight on his hand from behind. Stefan's putting plenty of pressure to the back of that TTL rough. We'll have a look at the gearbox out the back of Hilly's car. You just see how close Stefan's closing up under brakes through the apex of the corners.
Haven't seen too many passing manoeuvres, so it'll be interesting to see where Stefan thinks he's got the pace on him.
It's not a very easy track to pass on. Turn 1 is probably your best option of the whole lap, so you got to really set yourself up out of these last 2 corners to make the move at turn 1. Once again, I don't think Stefan's close enough.
No, definitely not close enough. Matthew Erica Hill's definitely pulling away down these straights. So we've got a little bit of a train happening. There's Bale and Craig, Hunter, Tony Autry, Michael and Danny Davison all in a nice little battle. Well, Richie's been the odd one out in the McLaren.
Yeah, he's doing very well. He's keeping up with these roughs. Also, Dave Hingston is still holding down 14 spots, so it's no fluke that he's made his way up that far. He's doing a terrific job, right up behind Michael Schreier.
No, doesn't look like it's going to be too much longer until he gets around Michael Schreier.
Yeah, Michael Schreier, he was quite close to Bale a few laps ago, and he's dropped off the pace, so Dave will be quite eager not to lose contact.
We've got a car up just in front there. Alex. Something's happened to Alex. Just pull that up on the race recall replay. Doesn't look like it was anything serious.
He's just gassed it up a bit out of the left-hander.
He's given it a bit too much and lost control of it. Managed to pull it up. Lost a fair few positions in that as well.
He's actually done well to keep it out of the fence. Danny Davidson leads them all into turn one.
Oh, I don't think we've touched on this, but Matthew Arana Hill has actually lost the spot to Stefan. Stefan's managed to get around him.
Yeah, and quite a margin too. I'd say Matthew Ernesto Hill's lost quite a bit of time somewhere. Just having a look, he's lost 4 seconds on that previous lap.
Steve Bates now losing time to a day.
Oh, Guy Leach is around in front of him. Everyone's managed to avoid him.
Tony Orchard's just made a move on Michael there, gets the job done. Bale gonna go side by side. Oh, just gets around Craig Hunter. Good move.
Oh, around the outside. Very well done by Bale. Good driving by the pair of them to give each other plenty of room. Not somewhere traditionally you know to go too wide through. Something I've just noticed. British Joy and Steve Bates both running the same livery. Those guys must be in a team in the rough cars. They've both running the Mad Butchers.
Oh.
Michelle. Tony Aldridge around the
No, Michael's so forward, he's a little bit shaky. Bale Ritchie's wants a bit as well. He wants a piece. He can taste it. Have a look, see how close Michael is getting up here to Tony Ortridge.
Terrific driving by all the guys in this pack so far, but what it's doing, these guys battling. Danny Davison skipping out a little bit away from them. Danny Davison's round just in front of him.
Looks like he's done the same thing that Alex did. Put a bit too much power down, come out of there on the curve and managed to spin it.
Yeah, it's just a little bit too much gas.
I think
Danny Davidson, he's parked the car and he's disconnected from the server, so it's over and out for Danny, who was unfortunately running strong in 7th position.
Obviously having a bit of issues there.
Michelle's on down the inside of Tony Ortridge heading into turn 1. He got a terrific run off the final corner.
Yeah, here we go, he's going to get this done. Got his position back.
Just about to say before Danny spun, Danny Ortridge looks like he's got the speed through the middle part.
Oh! Bit too hot into there. It looks like Tony Orchard is going to get this position.
And Bale Richards has got the preferred line as well. He can hang it there.
It's been shut down. Good recovery there to only lose one position.
Don't know if it's the weather or what, Daniel, but they look like they're struggling for a bit of grip out there tonight.
Yeah, definitely finding it hard to get off these corners.
Dale has a look down the inside of Michelle. Is it Michelle? Of course, just behind Craig Hunter, Australia and Hingston, they will be watching what's going on up ahead, and they'll be thinking, come on guys, a bit more of that biff and barge and they'll gain plenty of spots.
Yeah, if we're having a look at here at Jonathan Solani and Stefan's got the pace. Jonathan takes the defensive line coming into turn one. He'll try and get him on the outside here. I don't think he's going to have enough pace to get this done. Jonathan closes him off.
The braking capability in Stefan's Porsche, we say it every week, is just far outweighs all the other guys out there. He's got that thing so hooked up under brakes.
Oh,
there's a little touch coming out of turn 4. A little tap on the back bumper, just letting Jonathan know that he's still there.
Have a look at our leaders. Looks like Day's issues might be sorted now. Doesn't seem to be blinking. Nice comfortable lead though for these two. Steve Bates in the middle there in third.
This battle for 4 positions heating right up as Stefan's got up the line. He's going to have the outside run into the chicane. Tahani just moves in behind and gives the position to him. Sahani, we'll just get up the race call replay for that. Sahani just a little bit squirmy out of the big left-hander there, and allowed Stefan to get the run up the inside.
So corner that we've seen, that's the third car we've seen struggle trying to get out of that corner.
Nathan Grouden is trying to get out of pit lane with absolutely huge damage to that car. I'm not sure what's happened there.
Oh, Tony Ortridge gone a little bit wide. Oh, Val Ritchie's gone. It's too hot there. Manages to, he might get his position. Oh, a little bit of a tap there with Craig Hunter. Allows Tony Orchard and Michael to pull away. David Hingston in a nice little battle here with Michael Schreier. Looks like David Hingston might be our mover and shaker so far for this race, up from 23rd to 12th.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at that. Have a look at the gains and losses. He's moved up 11 positions, and in 14, Wayne Burke just behind him, he's moved up 10 positions from the dead rear of the group. If you have a look at Bruce Joy, got Antonio all over the back of him. This guy's battling over 16th and 15th position.
Just having a look at the guys up the front. Seems to have settled down a bit now, but it's not going to be too much longer until Stefan's on the back of Steve Bates. He's really putting the power down in this Porsche.
Yeah, he got past Sahani and he's really cleared out. And Matthew Ernesto Hill is really catching up to Sahani. Last time around, Hilly's done a 35.4, his best lap so far of the race, and Sahani was a 36.4, so a full second gain there by Matthew Erica Hill.
Yeah, you can definitely see the gain there that he's made, only a few car lengths now. Jonathan's starting to struggle with Tiger. Obviously, after lighten up those tyres coming out of that corner, it's a bit hard to get back into a rhythm and get the temperatures back down.
Last lap around, Hilly was the fastest guy around out of the top 6 cars, except for Julian. Might just ride on board with Hilly for a lap and see if he can close this gap up to Sahani.
Definitely see he's starting to reel him in. Maybe a few more laps now. It's a very bumpy track, this one. It's an all the curb there, Jonathan.
Depending on which way you want to look at it, I'd say Sahani's got a setup that's a little bit too oversteer, yeah, but Hilly's probably got one that's a little bit too understeer before him, so both trying to make them work the best they can.
Here we go, Matthew Eckhart Hill. He's going to have a look at him coming onto this straight. Well, the guys in front of them are blowing up a bit of dust. Another nice little train happening here. We've got Burke, Joy, Antonio and Guy Leach all battling here.
Yeah, Guy Leach had a spin earlier in the race which knocked him down the order to 7-8. He's trying to fight his way back through.
Got a battle now for third as well happening as we see Stefan and Steve Bates going for it. Matthew Edison Hill as well, still trying to get around Solani.
We've also got Aldridge trying to get around Michelle. The top 10 sort of broken up into groups of 2. Dave Hingston's dropped off the back of Michael Schreier a little bit. Nevertheless though, Dave Hingston's now sitting in position 12.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic drive there from Dave Hingston.
Oh, there's a massive moment coming into the last corner. Oh, it's going to put him under. Cyril's going to have a good look at him by the end of the straight. He'll have a higher top speed. He's pulled into the inside. He's going to have a look. Oh, Dave Hingston shuts the door on him. Manages to hold the position.
Oh, might just flick to third. Stefan's right on Steve Bates. There's nothing in this at all. Definitely a lot more aggressive through the corners, Stefan. We've seen how strong he is under brakes.
Yeah, he's right up there, isn't he? I don't know if he'll do it here.
Look.
I'm putting my prediction on turn 1.
He's definitely close enough.
Oh, Cyril Rodriguez has had a huge hit. Having a look back, Andy Gorton's got into the back of Cyril very hard and taken him out of the race.
That's a massive hit, that one.
Just having a look back, all the way back at the carousel. Dave Hingston's had a massive slide through the carousel, and Cyril had nowhere to go, and he's got huge damage. That's what's dropping him right back down the order. Now we got the teammates of McLaren's of Ian Brennan and Dave Hingston battling. 16th and 17th position they're going for.
Actually, we might have missed this one. Looks like Matthew Estefan Hill has gotten around Salini. Just having a look back, he's just come off that corner and he's just pulled it off to the side and tucked on the brake.
Yeah, Matthew Emily Hill moves up in the 5th spot. Have a look at Steve Bates and Stefan. They got lap traffic on the inside, which will put Stefan off a little bit. Decides to stick him behind for another lap.
Steve Bates not making this easy for him.
No, he'll know there's only 7 minutes left in this race. I'll be driving that thing as defensively as possible.
Look how fast Stefan is through this section here. Oh, Steve Bates!
Oh, Steve Bates, massive moment.
Oh, he's up in the dirt.
That's a shame. He was having a terrific run in 3rd position. Oh, Sohani has to take avoiding action not to hit Bates. We'll have a look at the race recall replay. Barn was just so fast up through that flip-flop. I think Steve Bates put him off a little bit and he just too much speed into the carousel.
Matthew Edmund Hill is now gifted 4th. Stefan definitely had a lot of speed coming through that section of the track.
We'll just check in on the leader, on Julian. He's out to 1.5 second lead over his teammate a day. Once again, these two are blitzing the field. There's another 10 seconds back to Stefan.
Yeah, definitely another dominating drive by Julian in a day.
There's quite a few belted up cars running around out there just trying to make it home.
Everyone seems to have given each other a little bit of space. Might have a little bit of a train starting to happen here though, between Wayne Burke, Bruce Joy, Guy Leach and Antonio.
We got Tahani's got a lot of pressure from behind Steve Bates. trying to make up those positions he lost when he had his spin moments ago. Really the pressure in the back of Sahani's Steel Series rough at the moment. Neither car looks like they've got any damage. We know that Steve Bates has got the pace. A lot of his laps has been in the 1 minute 34s, where Sahani's been doing 1 minute 36s for a lot of the laps. Boys has a look down the inside of turn 4. Sahani, his car has got a lot of oversteer in it, and I mentioned before when he was battling with Matthew Erica Hill that he had quite a bit of oversteer, and it's still got it. He hasn't been able to tune it out yet.
No, definitely not. It seems to be quite bouncy as well, getting off these corners. It doesn't seem to be sitting quite right for him.
Well, as he opens the door for Steve Bates, but then shuts it on him. We've got Vale Ritchie's in the McLaren, sitting P9, he's all over the back of Tony Woodridge.
Yeah, great drive by Vale Ritchie's up from 14th into 9th in Wayne Burke's had a bit of a mishap. Looks like he's done this all himself, just carried a bit too much speed.
Yeah, the front end of that Porsche is completely wrecked. Once again, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast the lack of grip through the carousel, and he's carried a bit too much speed on the exit, and it's just shot him to the inside and completely wrecked the front end of that Porsche.
Here we go, we're going to get a three-way battle. 2 minutes left in this race. Michael, Steve Bates and Jonathan Cellini. Oh, Steve Bates has blown his engine.
That is heartbreak. Spun from third position and fighting his way back, and now he's blown an engine.
I think nearly every week we get a rough that blows its engine.
Yeah, they're a little bit temperamental, the gearboxes. Sahani though gets a solo relief, only with 1 minute 40 left in the race. But I think pretty soon he's going to have Michelle on his tail.
Nice little battle happened a bit further back. Guy Leach and Antonio. This is for position 12.
Sorry to take on there. Bale's moved up on Tony Aldridge heading into the chicane. Got the job done. Aldridge just got it loose, I think, out of the big left-hander again.
Yeah, he's hit the dirt coming out of there, and Bale's got the run on him. And fantastic run there from Bale.
That's twice now he's gone down around the outside, heading into that chicane. I think this may be the final lap. I'm pretty sure the leaders would have got the white flag last time around.
Just having
these two from the Iberia Racing team have absolutely owned this field again tonight.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding from Julian and Ade. Dominant speed in these cars.
Just hearing from our director, we don't have these guys' team in the broadcast. We'll try and get that rectified for you for next week.
Here he is. Julian takes the checkered flag here for for a win at Zandvoort, a day second. Stefan, fantastic drive from Stefan. A few nibbling incidents there at the start, manages to take third after some pretty intense battles.
Tahani gets in front of Mitchell. Vale Riches gets in front of Tony Autridge, who holds off, I went to the pace car, Craig Hunter. Michael Schreier crosses the line in 10th spot. Good race from Michael tonight.
Antonio about to take a 11th. He's had a nice few little battles, followed by Guy Leach in 12th, Bruce Joy in 13th, Andrew Wren 14th, David Hingston 15th, Andy Gorton 16th. I think that's the last our lead lap guys.
3 McLarens all finished. The only three McLarens we had all finished and inside the top 15.
Yeah, fantastic job there, especially from Vale Riches. Had a really great drive there in the McLaren, not too many incidents, kept his nose clean and kind of just took the spots that were thrown at him.
We just got the race results up on screen. You can go through them, Daniel.
Alright, I'll do the first 10. Julian first, Ade second, Stefan third, Matthew Edward Hill fourth, Jonathan Salini fifth, Michelle sixth, Vale Ritchie seventh, Tony Autridge eighth, Craig Hunter ninth, Michael Schreier 10th.
Yeah, and over the page in 11th we've got Antonio Guy Leach in 12th, Bruce Joy 13th, Andrew Rennie 14th, 15th went to David Hingston. And the last car on the lead lap was Andy Gorton in 16th. After that we had Wayne Burke 1 lap down in 17th, Steve Bates 18th, 19th was Stefano, and 20th for Nathan Grouden. He was 3 laps down. Then 21st, Cyril Rodriguez, Danny Davison in 22nd, Alex in 23rd, and Tomas in 24th.
Over and all, some fantastic racing out there tonight. Some good movers and shakers. David Hingston doing a fairly solid job there in the McLaren, starting out at 23rd, managed to finish 15th. Tony Autridge as well in the McLaren again as well, starting from 14th, managed to move it up into 7th. So I think we some really good racing again. Julian Ade from Iberia Racing. Fantastic result from those guys. Absolutely dominated. Steve Bates ran with them for a little while there, but they managed just to keep doing what they were doing and pulled a 12-second gap to the next person.
Yeah, of course, that was Stefan. I think if he didn't have his dramas at the start, him and Tomas, he was obviously had dramas, finished 18 laps down. Those two could have probably gone with Julian and a day tonight. Stefan lap times were comparable to him, so he can hold his head high. He managed to fight his way back to third, which was a good effort.
Yeah, definitely, and a very difficult track to get those positions back once you make a mistake. And yeah, fantastic drive from Stefan. Some really, really tough driving for him that he made himself. Really strong under brakes. I want to know what he's doing there to make it so his car's so strong under brakes compared to everyone else. He always can outbrake his opposition.
Yeah, I've never seen him on the flip side, someone outbraking him. He's always been able to go better on brakes than his opposition. I remember back to Brands Hatch, it was phenomenal, the braking ability in that rough. So yeah, might send him a message, see what he's might have some special ceramic pads or something in there maybe.
Maybe continue some for the V8 and give you guys a bit of a helping hand over there.
Yeah, we need it. Well, where are we off to next week this series? Off to Brazil, Interlagos. Should be a good race.
Interlagos is a fantastic track. Makes great multi-class racing. We saw some fantastic racing there when we were doing the Grand Am. So I'm excited to see in the GT3 with these cars with a bit of grip, Well, it'll definitely make for an interesting race.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a more of an open flowing track than we have seen, so maybe a few more McLarens maybe participating, which would be good.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of the guys probably would have done a fair few laps there in the McLaren already, so they're probably feeling quite comfortable with it. So I know a lot of the Aussie guys, when Interlagos was out, did heaps of laps in the McLaren. So yeah, it'll definitely be good to see a few more McLarens out there taking it to these roughs. But over and all, I mean, fantastic racing, and obviously the McLaren's strong over a longer distance because Vale Ritchie's proved that tonight that he can hold it with the rest of the roughs.
Yeah, no, definitely moved up quite a few spots tonight, Vale did, so he moved up 7 spots, and they were all passing on track too. There wasn't just by fluke or anything, so terrific effort from Vale.
Definitely. Now, moving along, V8 Supercars, where are we off to?
We're off to Mid-Ohio.
Mid-Ohio. Fantastic track. Obviously, just off the back, we just had Bathurst, so if you didn't get to catch the Bathurst race, go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. Watch the replay. Definitely worth a watch. A bit of drama there for Mr. Renz Brookman, which is always hard to see. You know, he showed some great pace at Bathurst.
Yeah, it was a real shame. He was leading the race here for a bit. That you can never rule out Madison down. He's an 8-time champion now. Showed plenty of pressure, and Renz broke. So, but it was good to see. I've noticed a lot of other teams getting into the top 10, not just the usual ANZ, TTL, TTR guys. A lot of other teams getting up there, and that series is really coming alive. Yeah, some good drivers starting to show their hand in that series.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking at a few of the results the other day, and looking at the top 10, it's a good mix of all different teams starting to come through. A lot of the guys that were just sitting there floating and have just started to learn how it works and how to get speed and what they need to do are really starting to become more and more dominant. So it probably won't be too much longer till they're sitting there and they're battling for podiums and hopefully some race wins as well.
Yeah, mate, that's the plan, I'm sure, of all the drivers. No one likes to see the same person winning all the time, but yeah, no, it's a really good series. I might even have a run in it this week.
Gonna give it a go at Mid-Ohio?
Yeah, mate. I think I will.
It's a fantastic track. I love Mid-Ohio. I've done plenty of races there with Mr. J. Kennedy and the Mustang. Love it. Absolutely fantastic. So you'll be able to get a sneak preview of that on Saturday with V8 Americas. So tune in for that one. Always fantastic racing there, and you get to see a few different names, and some of the up-and-comers tend to race that American time slot, which will be fantastic. The other thing that we had today was NIS, which was at Bristol, which was amazing, which we talked about a little bit earlier. If you haven't seen that, jump in, have a look. One of our new series, but it's absolutely brilliant. Some of the best NASCAR racing out there. Does anyone know where are we off to next week for NIS?
No, I'm not sorry, mate. I didn't check that. We should touch on with that series. It's actually they follow the same calendar as real life NASCAR. So yeah, it's really good. It sort of goes for the whole year, that series. It's not just broken up into your 12 weeks, so you can really follow that throughout the year.
Yeah, definitely one to sink your teeth into. So make sure you tune in for that one. Next week, where are we off to?
We just said that, mate. Montreal.
Oh, that's right. We did. No, Interlagos.
Yes, sorry. Interlagos.
That's right. We did speak about this. Interlagos, that's where we're off to next week. So let's call it a night. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about the week before that we couldn't broadcast it, but we were back for this one, and it was been fantastic. Can't wait for Interlagos. Can't wait to see more McLarens out there. I'll see you next week, Brooksy.
I'll see you too, mate.